Hey, hi everyone. Welcome to India Cloud Security Summit 2023, and we are pretty much excited to show our session here. But quickly, thank you all of the organizers as well as all of the sponsors that you can see on the screen to help us organize this kind of an event. Thank you very much. And again, this kind of an event, it is not just for learn, but again, you can have some kind of an hands-on session as well as deep dive into the Microsoft Cloud services, which are majorly focusing on to the Azure security and compliance, Microsoft 365 security compliance, as well as Power Platform and endpoint security. And again, not just about study, but again, you got a good chance to win exciting prizes. So those are the prizes that you can see onto the screen. So attend each of the sessions very nicely, and then go for the quiz, and you're definitely going to get at least one of these to your home, right? All right. So wishing you all the best there, and let's quickly start with our session about navigating the legal lands- landscapes with Microsoft Purview eDiscovery solutions. Okay, so today that we are diving into the world where law and technology meet, and imagine it like kind of an exciting adventure where we explore how to find important legal information using Microsoft Purview. Okay, so in our fast changing world, figuring out the legal stuff can be tricky, but not to fear, because Microsoft Purview's e-discovery solutions are like super smart guides that can help us make sense of all of the legal information out there. So let's get ready for a journey where we learn how to use Microsoft Purview to make legal discovery, finding the important legal information, which makes much easier and way more efficient. And it's like having a cool map to navigate the sometimes kind of a confusing world of laws and regulations. Okay, so let's jump in and discover how Microsoft Purview can make our legal adventures easy for us. All right, so this is the agenda that we are going to discuss today. Like we will have quick introduction to Microsoft Purview. We will have overview of Purview's role in discovery. We'll discuss about the key features that set the Purview apart, and then we will be also discussing about navigating the legal landscapes with Microsoft Purview by understanding the current challenges in e-discovery and how Purview can address as well as mitigate these kind of challenges. Then we will deep dive into the Purview's capabilities by showcasing the Purview's tool and functionalities, as well as we will go through the portal wherein we will be able to see all of the e-discovery kind of a thing. Then we will talk about integration and collaboration, exploring how Purview integrates with existing system, how it enhances the collaboration among legal team with Purview, and then we will see some practical applications and workflows. Like we will have a walkthrough of e-discovery workflows using Purview, as well as we will be sharing some tips for optimizing the process and maximizing the efficiency. Okay, so that is what agenda that we are looking out for. So quickly starting this session, a quick introduction of me, myself, Nandadeep Nazan. I am Microsoft MVP for M365 apps and services, as well as Microsoft certified trainer, author of 3 books, including SharePoint Framework, SharePoint Hybrid, as well as Viva Connection. And onto the right hand side, there are a few social media handles if in case you want to get in touch with me after this session. And with me today is Smita.
Hello, myself Smita Nathan. I'm from Pune, India. So greetings from Pune. So I'm a Microsoft MVP. Apart from that, I'm a Microsoft certified trainer. I'm author of these 2 books, and there are some of my social handlers by which you can just get in touch with me. So now let's go ahead and see some of the introduction of Microsoft Purview. So let's start with this quick introduction of this Purview. So Purview is not just a data governance solution. So it's a powerful ally in e-discovery landscape. So, in the realm of e-discovery, Purview stands out for its ability to empower organizations to efficiently navigate and manage the vast amount of data, especially in the legal context. So, what are the core functions of Purview in discovery? So, it excels in data discovery, classification, and protection. So, think of it as a compass guiding us through its interactive paths of legal processes. So, one of the Purview's strengths lies in its data mapping and cataloging capabilities. So, it's create a centralized inventory of data assets, a critical foundation for successful e-discovery. So When we talk about e-discovery, the speed of finding the relevant information is very crucial. So Purview's powerful search functionalities ensure the quick and precise identification of pertinent data. So another key aspects of is the management metadata management. So Purview does not just discover data, it provides a context through metadata insights contributing to more informed e-discovery decisions. So the compliance is at the heart of the legal processes. So Purview plays a pivotal role in ensuring the compliance with data regulations and legal requirements. Its legal hold capabilities preserve the data integrity for litigation purposes. So beyond e-discovery, Purview also contributes to a robust data governance framework, so aligning with the broader organizational goals of compliance, risk mitigations, and strategic data management. So, what sets Purview apart is its user-friendly interface. So, it's designed to be accessible for legal professionals, even those without extensive technical expertise, and intuitive features make the navigating e-discovery workflows seamless. So to sum up, Microsoft Purview is not just a tool, so it's a strategic partner in the e-discovery journey. It integrates the seamlessly into your data governance framework, ensuring the efficiency, compliance, and successful legal outcomes. So as we dive deeper into our session, we will explore specific features, case studies, and practical application that showcase Purview's impact on transforming e-discovery processes.
All right. So whenever we talk about e-discovery, there are three things that we need to much focus on. First is like scope of the search. Okay, like what is the content that we have got in Microsoft 365, including Exchange Online, OneDrive for Business, SharePoint Online, Microsoft Teams, or maybe the group kind of an associated thing as well as Viva Engage. So all those things where we have our data, and that should be our scope of search. So whenever we talk about e-discovery or electronic discovery, it is a process of identifying and delivering the electronic information that can be used as a evidence in legal cases. So you can use this e-discovery tool in Microsoft Purview to search for content in all of those things, for example, Exchange Online and all those things that you see on the screen. So you can search mailboxes and sites in the same e-discovery search, and then you can export the search results. Again, you can use Microsoft Purview e-discovery, maybe standard one or standard cases to identify, hold, export the content which is found into the mailboxes as well as into the site. So, for example, if your organization has got Office 365 or Microsoft 365 E5 subscription, then you can further manage the custodians and analyze the content by using the feature-rich kind of and capabilities of Microsoft Purview e-discovery, probably with the premium. So E5 is kind of an important thing here. For example, if you are not an E5 customer, then probably you can try the 90 days Microsoft Purview solution trial to explore how additional Purview capabilities can help your organization to manage data security and the compliance needs. So these are the three things that needs to be focused on whenever we are planning to have the e-discovery. All right, so talking about the e-discovery solutions. So whenever we talk about e-discovery, there are three major areas wherein we need to place the e-discovery solution. So first one is simple content search. Then we do have got e-discovery for standard as well as for the premium. So let's start with each of them. Content search, simply that means we can use this tool to create the content across Microsoft 365 data sources and then export that search results to the local computer. We are also going to have a demo of it, but maybe I just want to set the context for first, like how those are and then how those differs from each other so that we can go into the demo and showcase them. Secondly, talking about the e-discovery for standard case, it is built on the basic search and export functionalities of the content search itself, and it simply enables to create the e-discovery case and assign the e-discovery managers to a specific case. So we need to create cases, we need to assign the case managers, and then from there it works. So this e-discovery managers can only access the cases of which they are member of, so that we can maintain that security, because whenever we are applying e-discovery kind of a thing, obviously we are dealing with this sensitive information. So this e-discovery standard case will help you to associate the search as well as it will allow you to export the case, and then it can help you to place the e-discovery hold on the content location which is relevant to that case. Talking about premium, so word itself says that we are going to have some additional kind of things that you can see on the screen like custodian management, legal hold and everything. Again, we do have a table which talks more about the key capabilities of each of those. But simply like this e-discovery premium tool builds on the existing case management, preservation, search and export capabilities in e-discovery standard. And on top of that, it provides end-to-end workflow to identify, preserve, collect, review, analyze, as well as maybe exporting the content that is responsive to your organization internal as well as external investigation. So again, for example, if you want to go deeper into the e-discovery, maybe you can try out the OCR. So OCR is again one of the things which is very much supported in eDiscovery Premium compared to the eDiscovery Standard. Okay, so those are the things that we have got. But now that let us go into the key capabilities of each of those and discuss it out like how what kind of an capabilities that each of these solution provides.
So the table on the screen compares the key capabilities available in the content search, e-discovery standard and e-discovery premium. So here is the description for each of the e-discovery capability. So search for the content that's stored in Exchange mailboxes. So OneDrive for business account, SharePoint site, Microsoft Teams, Microsoft 365 groups, and Viva Engage Teams. So this includes content generated by other Microsoft 365 apps that store the data in mailboxes and the sites. So the keyword queries and search conditions create the KQL, that is the keyword query language, search the queries to search for the content keyword that match the query criteria. So you can also include the conditions to narrow the scope of your search. Then we have a search statistics. So after you run a search, you can view the statistics of the estimated search result, such as the number of total size of items matching your search criteria. Other statistics include the top content location that contains the search results and the number of items that match the different parts of the search query. Then they export search results to a local computer in your organizations in a two-step process. So you can export the search results. Items are copied from their original content location in Microsoft 365 to Microsoft provided Azure storage location. Then you can download those items to a local computer. Then we have a role-based permissions. So user role-based access control, that is the RBAC permissions to control what e-discovery related tasks that different users can perform. You can use a built-in e-discovery related role group or create a custom role groups that assign a specific e-discovery permissions. Then we have case management. So e-discovery cases in e-discovery standard and e-discovery Premium let you associate specific searches and exports with a specific investigation. So you can also assign members to a case to control who can access the case and view the content of the case. So eDiscovery Premium also support the new case creation integration with Microsoft Purview Insider Risk Management cases. And the placeholder locations on the legal hold is relevant to your investigation by placing a legal hold on the content locations in a case. This lets you secure electronically stored information or internal deletion during your investigation.
Right. So as you can see on the screen, like this is the table which talk about all of those capabilities. So obviously, content search is a very basic thing, which provides only capabilities which are maybe searching or exporting or back kind of a thing. But as you go into the more premium kind of and more discovery, e-discovery standard gives you all of these capabilities. Compared to that, eDiscovery Premium is very much premium functionality, which gives you all of those things. And then again, in the next slide, we are just going to concentrate more about the eDiscovery Premium, like what are the more key capabilities compared to content search as well as eDiscovery Standard that it provides in more detail. So let's talk about all of those capabilities which are specific to eDiscovery Premium.
So let's see this key capabilities eDiscovery Premium. So first one is the custodian management. So manage the people that you have identified as a people of interest in the case called the custodians, and the other data sources that may not be associated with the custodian. So when you add a custodian and non-custodian data sources to a case, you can place a legal hold on these data sources, communicate with the custodian by using a legal hold notification process, and search the custodian and non-custodial data sources to collect the content relevant to the case. Then the legal hold notification manage the process of communicating with the case custodian. A legal hold notification instruct the custodian to preserve the content that's relevant to the case. Then the advanced indexing when you add the custodial and non-custodian data sources to a case, the associated content locations are re-indexed in a process called advanced re-indexing. So error redemption. So fix processing errors using a process called error redemption. So error redemption allows you to rectify data issues that prevent the e-discovery premium from properly processing the content during the advanced indexing. And the review set, so add the relevant data to a review set. A review set is a secure Microsoft provided Azure storage location in a Microsoft cloud. So when you add data to a review set, the collected items are copied from their original content location to the review set. Then the support for the cloud attachment and the SharePoint versions. So when you add the content to a review set, you have the option to include the cloud attachments or the link files. This means that the targeted files of a cloud attachment or the link file is added to the review set. Then we have a OCR, optical character recognition. So when the content is added to a review set, the OCR functionality extract the text from the images and includes the image text with the content that's added to a review set. Then the conversation threading. So when the chat messages from the Teams and Viva Engage conversations are added to the review set, you can collect the entire conversation threads. Then the collection statistics and reports. So after you create a collection estimate or commit a collection to a review set, you can view a reset of statistics on the viewable items such as the content location that contains the most of the items that match the search criteria. Then the review set filtering. So after the content is adding to your review set, you can apply filter to display only the set of items that matching your filtering criteria. Then you can just save the filter sets as a query. Then we have a tagging. So tags also help you omit non-relevant content and identify the most relevant content. So when experts or other users review the content in the review sets, their opinions related to the content can be captured by using a tags. Then the analytics, then eDiscovery Premium provides a tools to analyze the review set documents to help you organize the documents in coherent manner and reduce the volume of documents to be reviewed. Then we have a predictive coding models. Use the predictive coding models to reduce the large volumes of cache content to a relevant set of items that you can prioritize for the review. And the computer document management. So many of the eDiscovery premium features such as advanced indexing, conversation threading, and analytics and predictive coding add metadata properties to review the set documents. Then we have transparency of the long running jobs. So jobs in eDiscovery Premium are typically long running processes that are triggered by the user actions such as the adding the custodian to a case, adding the content to a review set, running the analytics, and training the predictive coding models. So last one is the export to custom on Azure storage location. So when you export the documents from a review set, you have the option to export them to an Azure storage account managed by your organization.
Okay, so now that let's start with the first kind of a service, which is a content search. Okay, so Content search is simply like you can search for the content using that eDiscovery tool, which is available in the Microsoft Purview compliance portal. So through that, you will be able to search the content across multiple cloud-based Microsoft 365 data sources. So, for example, Exchange Online, SharePoint Online sites, maybe a OneDrive for business kind of an account, Microsoft Teams, Microsoft 365 group, or maybe Viva Engage groups. Okay, so there's a prerequisites. For example, if you want to access this content search tool in the compliance portal, so you need to at least have the e-discovery manager role, or maybe you should be a part of the group which is a e-discovery manager, and then you should be able to do that. All right, so with that, let's get into the portal and see how this one looks like. So whenever you want to do it, first thing that you need to do is you need to navigate to the compliance portal, which is available at compliance.microsoft.com. Okay, so let me just quickly go there. So this is the portal, compliance.microsoft.com, which you can directly hit in the browser, and then you'll be able to come to this compliance portal. So onto the left-hand navigation, you will be able to see most of the things which are available as a part of Microsoft Compliance. And then here we have the content search. Okay, so once you click the content search from here, we should be able to create a new search, and then we'll be able to search all of the content which is across Microsoft 365 services. So let's say um, I already have created one search here for SharePoint, but you can just click on new search and it is just going to walk you through the wizard. So let me just open the one that we already have, and then I can just probably click this edit search. So firstly, it will ask you to provide the name and description for this search. So I just had provided SharePoint. If in case you have any description, you can do it here. Then the next thing is we need to specify the specific locations from where we are going to search the data. So those locations on a broader level includes the Exchange mailboxes, which covers Microsoft 365 groups, teams, as well as the Yammer user messages. SharePoint sites is specifically related to the SharePoint, OneDrive, as well as the Yammer, because we all know that SharePoint is kind of a backend for OneDrive as well as for the Yammer as well as for Microsoft Teams. So all of the content that you upload, maybe files that you upload in Microsoft Teams, that gets stored into the SharePoint as a backend. So once you click this SharePoint sites, it is going to cover everything for you, maybe Yammer network, OneDrive, and Microsoft 365 group site, as well as team sites. And then we do have another specific location for Exchange public folders. So for this example, I just had selected SharePoint sites, and then we can go next. Here is a place from where we should be able to specify the query builder. So if in case you want to search for the entire content, you can just leave the screen and go to the next screen. But specifically, you want to search for a specific thing. Let's say, for example, the sites which got created after March 2023 or before March 2023, the sites which are created by a specific user, or maybe a site which contains a specific metadata, all those kind of an filters you will be able to add it here using this query builder. Another way, for example, if you are very much well versed with using this KQL, keyword query language, or Kusto query language, not keyword. So in that case, you can go ahead and use this KQL here. So KQL is again simple format in which you will be able to write all those queries. Again, for example, let's say if you're not comfortable with any of those, you can just click this show the keyword listing, and then from here the list is loading, but you should be able to go ahead, select those keywords. Again, for example, now you want to go more deeper, you want to add some extra conditions. For example, title contains something, or something else, you can go ahead and do that one as well. Okay, so based on what kind of an content search that you want to target, you can do that. So for example, if you want to specifically find out the sites or documents which has got a specific retention label associated with that, or maybe a title associated with that, or maybe the one who has created those, in that case, you can simply go ahead and use this keyword. Okay, so this is just the place wherein you will be able to define your search condition. So you can just review the things that you have done so far, and then you can just click on submit. So once you click on submit, this is the new search which is created for you. And then once you go inside of this search, you should be able to get all of the search statistics. So it takes some time, at least maybe for this search that I had created, I had got roughly thousand kind of sites in my portal. So it took around 2 hours for this to get indexed. Okay, so now that once you go into the search statistics, you should be able to see all of the search content. Like, okay, so this one has actually got the content from 3,000 kind of an items, 189 locations, and this is the data volume that I'm talking about, like 5.5 GB. Then if you want to create some kind of a reports, this is a place. Then again, you can download all of those top locations. So these are the top sites from where I'm getting that data. Now that, for example, if you are not sure about how the data looks like, you can click on this review sample. And then from this review sample, you should be able to see all of the data that got into this content search. So for the formats where it is supported, it can show that. Let's say, for example, if I go down, maybe if I can show the site, it should be able to show the metadata for that site. Okay, even this is not the supported one. Let me just quickly check. But otherwise, this is the place from where you should be able to at least see the sample content search. From where you should be able to see like how the data is there, and then you'll be able to use that. Again, if you want to customize the columns, you want to show them more, you can do it. Otherwise, even you can download this list to analyze this one much more. So this is the thing, like how you can simply go ahead and create the content search. So this one only help you to go ahead, create the search specific to some of the locations, including Microsoft Teams, maybe SharePoint and Exchange Online mostly. Okay, so now that, let's say, for example, if you are a too much technical person and then you want to maybe automate this kind of a thing, then there are ways available with PowerShell as well. Okay, so let's take one kind of an example that we do use Microsoft Teams, and then all of the records for the messages which that are sent onto the private channels, and those are delivered to the mailbox of the private channel members. Okay, so rather than to the group mailbox, those are sent to the private members who are part of that private channels. So now that, let's say, for example, we want to build a search on top of it. So how we can do that? So there are multiple aspects with which we will be able to do it. So first thing is, like, we need to build a script to identify files and messages into the private channel to include in your content search. Okay, so for that we need to find out first what are those SharePoint site collections which are associated with those private channels in that team. Okay, so the first prerequisites here is that you need to install the SharePoint Online Management Shell and connect to the SharePoint Online. So let me just go to my development environment and show it to you. So what I did um, as a exercise for this is we connected to the SharePoint Online. So this is the command through which you should be able to go ahead and connect to the SharePoint Online. Once you connect here, I already had connected to save the time because it just shows the pop-up and it goes ahead and connect it. So once it goes there, I will just run this command to get all of the sites with this particular template, team channel has 0. So it will give us all of the SharePoint site which are associated with the Teams channel, and we are storing that into a variable called as $site. And now that what we will do is we will loop through all of those sites that we have got, and then we will just simply focus on onto the group connected kind of a site. So let us run this, and it is going to give us this result. So this is the site that we have got, which is a private channel onto my SharePoint onto my Teams, and this is the GUID associated with that. So from here we can pick up the GUID, and what we can do is we need to now use this into our content search. Okay, so we need to include those private channel messages into the content search. So in that case, what we can do is we need to use a module available from PowerShell, which is Microsoft Teams. Okay, so for that, I already have installed that module. The name of that is Microsoft Teams. So you can just run this command install hyphen module, and it can specify Microsoft Teams, and you can install that module. Next thing is that once you install the module, you need to connect to the Microsoft Teams. So for that, simply you can use this command called as connect hyphen Microsoft Teams. Once you get connected, the next thing is that we just need to get all of the channels associated with that group. So group ID, we got it from here, C892, which I have specified here. And then now that you can see that we got the list of all of those channels that we have got here. So here I have got two channels. First one is private music and then music one. Okay, so these are the two channels that I have got there. And now that, for example, if you want to go ahead perform a more content search on who are the members of this channel, so in that case, what you can do is you can run this command. Let me just go there. Oh, okay, so yeah, miss from here, we just need to, or maybe looks like I don't have that command handy. Okay, so the command is pretty much simple, like get hyphen team channel user. Okay, so oh, okay, so what this one should do is this one should give us all of the channel which are associate groups or users who are associated with this channel, and then I can simply pick up the name of this group or this group ID which we can see here, and then we should be able to get all of those. Okay, and then if you want to also specify the display name and everything, you can be able to do that. So yeah, display name we can just specify as a music one, which is our group that display name that we can see here, and then you can see that it is able to list us all of the users which are part of that channel. Okay, so this is again another way through which you should be able to do that content search. Okay, so this is the simple way. If in case you want to do it from a portal, you can do it from a portal. Otherwise, for example, if you want to do it via PowerShell, even that flexibility is there. Okay, so this was the basic of just how we'll be able to use this content search for those private channels. Now that let's deep dive more into how we'll be able to go ahead and use the Purview eDiscovery standard.
Yeah, so Microsoft Purview eDiscovery standard in Microsoft Purview provides a basic eDiscovery tool that organizations can use to search and export the content in Microsoft 365 and Office 65. So we will discuss the steps necessary to set up the eDiscovery standard. So the step one is to verify and assign the appropriate licenses. So the Microsoft Purview e-discovery capabilities are included with Microsoft Purview. The licensing requirements may vary even within the capabilities depending on the configuration option. And the step two, that you have to verify that required e-discovery apps are enabled. So the e-discovery standard requires the few enterprise apps to be enabled in your Microsoft 365 Office 365 organization. So if these apps are not enabled, you won't be able to access the e-discovery standard view, filter and search features that they are like Office 365 Zoom, Microsoft Exchange Online Protection, Compliance Workbench app. So the steps is like, first you have to sign to the Microsoft Intra Admin Center. That is, this link is https://intra.microsoft.com. Then you have to go to the identity, application, enterprise application, all applications. And then step 3 is assign a e-discovery permissions. So to access the e-discovery standard or be added as a member of a e-discovery standard case, a user must be assigned the appropriate permissions.
All right, so let me just quickly show you like from where we'll be able to enable all those apps. So for that, maybe I can just go to the Azure portal. So let me just go to the portal.azure.com, leaving aside all those things. Okay, so once you are here, we all know that whenever we are working with the Microsoft Azure applications, we can simply create the applications or maybe enterprise applications. So once you are here, you can go into the Microsoft Entra ID, and from here you should be able to go into the enterprise application. So app registration are the one which we create usually, and then even you can go there, you can from this search to the enterprise applications, or you can directly fall back into this enterprise application. So in these enterprise applications, there are at least three applications that needs to be enabled. So first one is the Microsoft Exchange Online Protection. So what you can do is you can just search here for Microsoft Exchange Online Protection, and then you just need to make sure that that particular application is active. Okay, so you just need to open it up and then make sure that it is enabled. Okay, so if you go into the properties, you should be able to see that. So similarly, so we have it enabled for users to sign in, so that's okay. So similarly, we need to make sure that for all these three apps, which is compliance, workbench app, Microsoft Exchange online protection, as well as Office 365 Zoom, those are enabled for our users. Okay, so that is step number two.
Step number 3 is assign the eDiscovery permissions. So to access the eDiscovery standard or be added as a member of eDiscovery standard case, a user must be assigned the appropriate permission. And these are the steps. So for that, again, you have to open the compliance portal. And once you are in a compliance portal, from the left pane, you can see these roles and scopes, and then you can go to the permissions. And on the permission page under the Microsoft Preview solutions, you can select the roles. And on the role groups for Microsoft Preview solution page, you can just select this eDiscovery Manager. The step 4 is to create a discovery standard case. So the next step is to create a case and start using the eDiscovery standard. So for that, again, you have to open the compliance portal. Then in the left navigation pane of the compliance portal, you have to select the show all, and then you have to select the eDiscovery. And on the eDiscovery standard page, you can just select create a case, and on the new case page, give the case name required and then type all the optional descriptions or details over there, and then you can just select the save to create that case. Then the number 5 is optional to add the members to eDiscovery standard case. So if you create a case and you are the only person you will use the case, then don't have to perform this step.
All right, so let's now understand the e-discovery standard workflow. So there are three things that we need to make sure when we are creating any kind of an e-discovery standard standard kind of an case. So first thing is that we need to create the e-discovery hold. So this is the first step for creating any kind of a case, which is placing a hold onto the e-discovery hold for the content, for the locations of the people of interest in your investigation. Then second thing is to search for the content. So after you have created the e-discovery hold, you can build in the search tool to search the content locations which are onto the hold. And then lastly, you can go ahead and export as well as maybe download the search results that we have got. So this is kind of a thing like this. This is how it looks like. And then again, we are going to go to the demo as well. So you can use the Microsoft Purview eDiscovery standard case to create holds to prevent the oh sorry, not prevent, preserve the content that might be relevant to the case. And then you can place a hold on the Exchange mailboxes, OneDrive for Business accounts of the people that you are investigating the case. Okay, so this is how it looks like. But maybe let's get into the demo and let's see how it works in the real world. So okay, so now that first thing you need to go into the compliance.microsoft.com, which is your Microsoft Purview compliance portal, and then from eDiscovery, you need to select standard. If in case you do not see this menu, there is a show all button at the end. Click that, and then you should be able to see eDiscovery standard. So on this standard page, you just need to create a case. So probably you can go ahead, click create case. You can name it, or maybe I will just open up one of the case which is already existing. And oh, probably I won't be able to do. Okay, so once you do that, next thing is that we are, or maybe let me go ahead and create a new one. It should not take much time. So let me just make it as case 3. I will just click on save. So once you click here, the next thing is for you to open up that case and apply miss do the searching. So all of the searching that we have done so far into the content searches, we should be able to use it here. Okay, so I will just call it as a new search. Um, and then we can click on next, and then again here we need to specify all of the locations, maybe a SharePoint location or maybe a location which is already onto the hold with our first thing that we have seen. And we can just click on next, submit, and this is how we will be able to create a search on it. Okay, so looks like okay, multi operations are not performed. So let me just cancel it out and just open up the case that I already have built, because there we have some information. So this is the search we can build. Let me go into the search. Simple search, which is search as expired, but at least it was able to get to the 15 items. And then I was searching onto the SharePoint content only. The next thing is that we can go ahead and put a hold. So let's say, for example, we want to put a hold on few of the users or maybe on few of the sites. We should be able to do that. So with this, we can just click new hold, and then we should be able to create a hold. We can name any hold, and then we can specify all of the locations where we want to put the hold. So let's say, for example, for the exchange mailboxes, I want to keep couple of mailboxes on hold. We can do that. Otherwise, let's say, for example, in the SharePoint site as well, I just want to keep one SharePoint site onto the hold. I can do that as that one as well. Okay, so here you should be able to see all of the sorry, is there a question? Okay, all right. Okay, so or otherwise, even you can select all of the SharePoint sites or just the few selected sites, and only those users, those SharePoint sites will be kept on hold. Okay. Again, as we said, if you want to go further, you want to have any kind of a query done, so you should be able to do that one as well. So you should be able to add a query. You can click next, and then you can submit this to create a hold. Now that you have created hold, you have applied the searches, but if you want to go ahead and export the result, you can do that. So just click on download list and it will be able to do that. We do have few settings here available. For example, if you want to edit the general information about the case that you have got, for example, case number and everything. And later on, this information can be provided to your legal team to perform those searches as well as keeping the mailboxes or SharePoint sites onto the hold. All right, so now let's quickly talk about the premium functionalities.
So the Microsoft Purview eDiscovery Premium solution builds on the existing Microsoft eDiscovery and analytics capabilities. So it also provides an end-to-end workflow to preserve, collect, analyze, review, and export the contents that responsive to your organizational internal and external investigations. Yeah. So let's check it's in detail. So eDiscovery Premium can help your organization respond to the legal matters or internal investigation by discovering the data where it lives. So there are the two things, sorry, the three things you have to consider: to discover and collect the data in a place. So traditionally, organization can rely on multiple third-party discovery solutions, require copying large volumes of data out of Microsoft 365 to process and having to host duplicate data. So this necessity increases the time to find the relevant data and the risk, cost, and complexity of managing the multiple solutions. Then they manage the e-discovery workflow in one platform. So the e-discovery premium can help you reduce the number of e-discovery solutions you need to rely on. So it's provide a streamlined end-to-end workflow, all which occurs within Microsoft 365. Then they cull data intelligently. So intelligent machine learning capabilities in eDiscovery Premium help you to reduce the amount of data to review. So these intelligent capabilities help you to reduce and cull large volumes of data to a relevant set. For example, built-in review set query helps filter out for the unique content by identifying near duplicates. So let's get started with eDiscovery Premium. So first step is to verify and assign appropriate licenses. So Microsoft Purview eDiscovery capabilities are included with Microsoft Purview, and the licensing requirements may vary even within the capabilities, so depending on the configuration option. The second one is assigning e-discovery permissions. So to access the e-discovery premium or added as a member of e-discovery premium case, a user must be assigned the appropriate permission. Specifically, a user must be added as a member of e-discovery manager role group in the Microsoft Purview compliance portal. The third one is to configure the global settings for a Discovery Premium. So we need to set up and use this detection model. So open up the Microsoft Purview compliance portals and go to the eDiscovery Premium and then just select this eDiscovery Premium settings. So review sets are a static set of documents where you can just analyze, query, view, tag, and explore data in a case. And the processing is the process of file identification, expansion of embedded documents, and the attachment, text extraction, and OCR of image files, and the subsequent indexing of that data. So let's go into the demo.
Smita, we are
All right,
running
so
short of time. Let me remind you. Yeah, thank you.
yeah, sure. Okay, so let us quickly discuss about this eDiscovery Premium case. So let me go back here. So this is the portal from where you should be able to create that eDiscovery Premium. Again, all of the cases that you have it created, you should be able to see it. Otherwise, even you can go ahead and create a new one. So I will just probably open up the one that we already have. So here you get more functionalities than compared to the eDiscovery standard that we have got. So here, obviously, we have got data sources from where we need to collect the data from. Like for example, it could be SharePoint site, Teams, Exchange, all those kind of thing. Then here we do have that collection. So like it can help you to identify those data sources which are relevant to the investigation. Okay, so here you can create that collection which can act as a live data for the custodian data sources. Then we have got those review sets, which are the static set of documents where you can analyze, query, view, as well as tag and export the data, which is available inside of your cases. Then here we have got communications. So it is simply like, for example, if you want to create a new communication to tell the custodians about their data on the hold, you can do that. And these are the holds that we have seen as same that in the eDiscovery standard as well. So you should be able to create a hold. Processing will simply help you to see like how the processing is happening onto the data, as well as you get a chance to update the index from here. Exports will simply help you to export the data or the information that you have got there for the eDiscovery Premium. And jobs are nothing but the jobs which are running into the background for this to apply the hold, reapply the holds, reindex the data sources, and everything. And these are the settings again, if in case you want to change the name or maybe any kind of an access and permissions, you can be able to do it from here. Okay, so that was the quick demo. I just want to maybe spend 2 quick minutes for show you everything in a scripted manner. So if in case now that the question is like we have got all this information into the portal, but let's say we want to export it, we want to see it like how many sites that we have got onto the hold and everything. Because for example, if I quickly go back into the portal, firstly that we need to create a case. Then after that case, we need to create add the data sources. Then after we need to keep the hold. And then again, probably we need to go ahead and assign the members to that hold. But if in case you want to see like whether any of the SharePoint site or any of the member from Exchange Online, whether we have added that particular site or member already into any of the case. So there is no direct way, there is no direct search mechanism available from the portal. And in those kind of scenarios, obviously you need to rely on a PowerShell. So this is a simple PowerShell which is available onto the Microsoft documentation as well. I will share a link with you. This can help you to navigate through all of the legal hold cases that we have got onto the eDiscovery standard and their holds, as well as from the premium as well. So we can use the PowerShell called as get-compliance case. First, to get all of the cases, we can go into the members as well as all of the sites, all of the hold, all of the rules which are there. So probably I will give a link to you and you can probably explore that, just keeping time in mind. But yeah, miss, there are ways available. And for example, if I just quickly go ahead and run this, firstly, you need to import the Exchange Online module. You need to connect to your IPPS session. And then once you do that, you can run this script, which is this, and then it will help you to navigate through all of the legal hold cases that we have got there, and it can extract the information. So this can be act as a data source for you to go ahead and let me just give the path here quickly. So this one will help you to act as a list of all those e-discovery cases for standard as well as premium, and help you quickly search so that whether any of the SharePoint site or any of the exchange location or any of the exchange user has been already put on hold under other legal hold cases. Because because right now we are just talking about 2 or 3 cases here, but in the bigger organization, obviously they grow very much faster, and then whenever we want to go through the go through the data of whether this site have we put it somewhere onto the legal hold. We don't have that information. But trust me, this script runs. Probably it is taking some time to go ahead and gather the information. But this one will give you, okay, so here you can see that it found a few cases here, and it should just export that. And then in the export, we will have all the information about all of the users, all of the SharePoint sites that we have kept on hold. So this is the file for custodian as well as non-custodian. And from here, we will be quickly able to see like who are those, which are those users, or maybe which are those SharePoint sites that we already have kept on hold. So probably you can exclude those from the next cases that you are building. All right, so that was the quick PowerShell. Again, it is available onto this URL as well. You can go there, and this is kind of a fantastic PowerShell which will help you to get all that information at one place. With that, thank you very much for organizing this event, as well as thanks to all of the sponsors to make this event happen. And with that, we will make a place for our next session. Welcome to Ragnar for